Hey everybody, my name is Ben and welcome back to Nomax Hand Size. In today's video, we're going to be opening an entire play booster box of the brand new Magic the Gathering set, Marvel Superheroes. I'm a huge fan of Marvel, both the movies and the comics, so I'm really excited to see what we're going to open today in these boosters and hopefully give you a decent showcase of what you can open up by getting this product. But before we begin, I want to give a huge shout out to MTG Gym on Manapool for sponsoring today's video. Whether you guys are shopping singles or finishing up your commander decks, for all your Magic the Gathering needs, click the link in the description to visit their Manapool store. They have a huge selection of cards at some of the best prices you'll find online. Also follow them on Instagram and leave them a comment and say thanks for helping us make today's video. All right, let's get into it. Now, I will say we have 30 play boosters to get into in today's video, which is quite a lot. So what we're gonna do is we are going to probably skip through most of the commons and uncommons. I'll feature them on screen, so that way you guys can at least see what cards we're opening. But we're mostly going to be focusing on special guest sheet cards, rares, and mythics in this video. And there we have it. Look at all of these glorious play boosters. So far, I've opened one bundle, and I've also went to a pre-release event where I got some bonus booster packs, as well as the boosters that I participated in the pre-release event with. So I have opened a decent amount of Marvel booster packs so far. Some of my best hits have been the new Jennifer Walters She-Hulk, Tony Stark and the cool art treatment. And so there's lots left to get. I'm hoping that we can pull a Mind Stone today, some of the other cool flip cards from the set, or special treatment art as well. Does anyone else like to shuffle up their packs before they start opening? I don't know. I feel like it's going to bring us good luck today. As we get into this first pack, if you guys don't mind leaving a like on this video, sharing it with a friend, and subscribing to the channel for more Magic the Gathering content, I would greatly appreciate it. Let's get things started with pack number one. Now, these packs do have the little rip tab at the top, so we'll have to see where the rares and mythics are in the packs as to not spoil the fun when we're doing our opening. It looks like they are at the back, so that is good. All right, pack number one, we've got a familiar card in Web Up, Red Room Recruit, Burrow Backup, Blazing Crescendo, Undercover Scroll, one of the new mana dorks from the set, D-Power, AIM Synthoids, Supervillain Lockup, Hercules, Prince of Power, the Shield Helicarrier, Spider-Woman Secret Agent, and our first rare is going to be Captain America's Shield. I really wanted a copy of this. It's pretty crazy. It's indestructible, and the equipped creature gets +0/+8 and has Vigilance, which any kind of Voltron strategy is really good, but it's going to be really good in Toughness Matters decks as well. And then our foil is going to be Invisible Woman, part of the Infinite combo from the set, which is cool to see, but not a bad pack to kick us off. On to pack number two. Really curious to hear in the comments down below how your guys' set is going. It is, at the time of recording, the official release date of the new Marvel set, so hopefully you guys who weren't able to attend a pre-release are able to get your hands on some product. I'm still waiting on my Commander Precons, but there's so many different decks I want to brew from this set as well. All right. We've got Bold Biochemist, Project Deathlock Soldier, Wakandan Drone Flock, Hydra Infiltration, Super Speed, Gorilla, probably one of my favorite cards from the set. Repulsor Blast is cool. Wakandan Royal Guard, Loki, Lafe Sun, Swordsman, Sharp Scoundrel, Night Nurse, and our mythic Thanos the Mad Titan. I do have a copy, so it would have been cool to get a different art treatment, but this is just such a crazy card. 3 mana 4/4 with Death Touch and Lifelink. And as if that wasn't good enough, their power up ability is a kind of one-sided board wipe potentially. But the flavor on this card is insane. I do love the art on this treatment as well, and I'm never going to complain about a mythic and our second pack. So that's awesome. And then we have a foil shield spy kit and a full art island. One thing about opening up play booster boxes is you're going to end up with a lot of duplicates in the common and uncommon slots. I think I've seen online that most people average anywhere between like 4 to 7 mythics per box as well too. So hopefully we're on the higher side of that today. But yeah, good to see one already. All right, we've got a Shields Deployment Drone, Stolen Stark Tech, Crowd of True Believers, Cruel Alliance, Hawkeye's Bow, making a lot of waves on the internet right now. I Am Iron Man, Go Nuts, Killmonger. Oh, this is a cool card. A lot of people are building that one out. Human Torch, another piece of that infinite combo. Love to see it. Colleen Wing, Street Samurai, Reptile Dinomorpher, and then our rare is going to be Secret Invasion. Very cool card. I used this one to great effect in my pre-release. So definitely check it out. Basically, you enchant one of your creatures, it becomes a copy of someone else's, and theirs gets exiled. And it gives it ward too. And this is all for 3 mana, by the way. And then Trickster Stratagem in foil and Avenger's Hanger. But yeah, let me know. I want to know what decks you guys are brewing, what commanders you guys are excited about. Pack number 4, we have a Shield Spy Kit, Trickster Stratagem, Decoy Ploy, Raft Security Officer, We Say Thee Nay, Volcanic Villain, Restorative Technique, Quake Agent of Shield, Beast Erudite Aerialist, Misty Knight Hero for Hire, and our rare is going to be a Training Compound. Nice, this is part of the new land cycle. I have the Selesnya land, Gathering Place, but none of the other ones, so now I can add this to my collection. And these are really, really good. So basically, they can tap for colorless always, or red and green if you control a basic, or if they entered this turn. So the turn you play it will always be able to produce a colored mana for you. And I think this is actually a really strong land cycle. And we've got a double rare in this pack. We have Thunderbolt's Conspiracy. This is perfect. I'm building a villains deck. And this enchantment says, whenever a villain you control dies, return it to the battlefield with a finality counter and it becomes a hero. So very happy to get that card there. Probably going to be using Thanos as the commander just because it gives me access to all the villains from the set. And who makes a better villain than Thanos himself, the Mad Titan. Speed it up just a tad here. We're going to pack number 5. Murdoch's Crusade. Man, I want to build a Daredevil deck so bad. Oh, I just can't decide. The mono red one's really cool, but the Boros one is probably the one that makes the most sense. Hydra Troopers, Panther Pounce, Hydra Assault Robot, Wakandan Royal Guard, Gorilla, Lightning Strike, classic card there. Villainous Hideout. Very happy to get a copy of this. Spider-Woman, Secret Agent makes a return, another Hercules, and Spider-Man to the rescue, but in the fancy artwork. I believe this is part of a larger scene, potentially, but this is cool. This is a Spider-Man that is not from the old Spider-Man set that is now in this one. We got another mythic already? Captain Marvel, Earth's Protector. It's a 5 mana, 5/4 with flying and lifelink and flash. Their power-up ability is to put a 1/1 counter on them and an indestructible counter. So for 7 mana overall, the turn you play this, you have an indestructible flying lifelink 6/5. This is going to go in my hero precon. This thing is pretty nasty. Wow, 2 mythics already is insane. A foil Hawkeye's bow and an island for our land. Well, hopefully we keep up at this pace. We are only 5 packs in and 2 mythics. That would be really great to see. Like I said, huge fan of Marvel, really excited about this set. I love the artwork. I think they did a really good job, and the power on these cards is insane. I have friends who are like against Universes Beyond who are still opening Marvel because they just have to acknowledge the power in the set is kind of wild. Hydra Troopers, Crowd of True Believers, Aim Scientists, Visions of Love, Atlantean Cavalry, Rapid Rescue, Dependable Quinjet, Training Regimen, Death to Our Enemies, Black Panther Vanguard. This is a really cool card as well. I'm happy I got a copy of that. Rewrite History. And our rare for the pack is going to be the Wondrous Wasp. I did use this in pre-release. It's really good. When it enters, tap up to 1 target creature. It loses all abilities for as long as Wondrous Wasp remains on the battlefield. So it gets tapped down, which is, you know, just helpful in and of itself for 2 mana, but also it just loses all of its abilities. So sorry, hey, your commander doesn't do the thing anymore. And then a foil Death to Our Enemies as well. Here we go, on to the next pack. So far, I'm pretty happy with the box. Let's see what we get in this one, though. We've got Hour of Defeat, Giant-Sized Flying Ant, Shield Spy Kit, Gorilla, Stark Industries Executive, Rapid Rescue, Futurist Forge, Madam Mask, one of the better villains from the set, in my opinion, White Tiger, Madam Hydra, very cool villain, and our rare for the pack is going to be Avengers Under Siege. This would actually go perfect with Madam Hydra. It's crazy they were in the same pack. You make 2 of the tokens that she makes, deals 2 damage to each non-villain creature, and then you create a token, treasure token for each villain you control. So I have a feeling both of these cards are going to end up in my villain deck, but we got a double rare in this pack. We also got Ironheart, Clever Champion. This card's nuts, by the way. As someone who loves playing artifacts and Magic, Improvise is really powerful, and giving that to all of your non-creature spells is kind of gross. And then a foil Unliving Legionnaire and our land for the pack. Here we go. I've completely lost track of how many packs we have left, so don't even ask me. Got a cool insect token there. And we've got Widow's Bite, Agent of Atlas, Red Room Recruit, Kunlun Warrior, Ant-Man's Army, Volcanic Villain, Call Damage Control, Tigra, Feline Fury, really good card. Thirst for Knowledge, Swordsman Sharp Scoundrel, and we did get a special guest sheet card. This one's going to be Deadly Disputes. I'm happy with that. Very cool, featuring Black Widow as the art as well. As an additional cost to cast the spell, sacrifice an artifact creature, draw 2 cards, and create a treasure token for 2 mana. Wow, okay. Pretty excited to have a special guest sheet card this early on into the video as well. Not gonna lie, that's hype. Immediately followed up by a rare, the Sentry, dude. My friend has this card. They opened it at pre-release and it does work. It's so good. Basically, it has flying, vigilance, and indestructible, and it's a 5/5 for 4 mana. But when it enters, an opponent gets a 5/5 flying indestructible villain token that has to attack each combat Fable. Now, you might be thinking, why would I want to give someone this much power on board? What if they use it against me? Well, you could include goad effects, but you also have a flying and indestructible 5/5 that has vigilance. So you can be swinging out Sentry at all of your opponents, and they're not really going to want to swing back at you because you just have a free block on it always, unless they can tap it down or remove it. So more than likely what's going to happen is you're going to have your opponents fighting each other with these void tokens that you hand out. And this card is just really strong. So this is probably the best pack of the video so far. Getting the special guest sheet and the Sentry is crazy. That is pretty hype though. I'm excited that I got a copy. I think it would be a good addition to the villain, to the hero deck as well. Trickster's Stratagem, Crowd of True Believers, Kingpin's Enforcers, Hydra Troopers, Aerial Doombot, Hydra Assault Robot, Serpent Specialist, Hire a Crew, Speed, Young Avenger, Rick Jones, Agent 13, and our rare for the pack is going to be Absorbing Man. I actually opened an Absorbing Man at Commander Night last night. This card's pretty versatile. It's a 4/4 with Vigilance, and at the beginning of your first main phase until your next turn, they become a copy of 1 target artifact, non-aura enchantment, or land, but they remain their name and a 4/4 creature. It's pretty cool. I haven't quite figured out if I would want to build around this card or not, but I'm sure you guys can crack the code out there on the internet. Let me know in the comments what you would do with that. As far as some other commanders I'm looking to building, I think a Wilson Fisk Kingpin deck would be so sick where toughness matters. I also think that Ant-Man is pretty cool. The one specifically where you can remove counters to make ant tokens seems like a lot of fun. Kree Commandos, Frozen and Ice, pretty good removal. Visions of Villainy, I guess this has to go in the Thanos deck now that I think about it. The artwork is just so good. Hydraulic Helper, Giant Growth, Kree Sentinel, Restorative Technique, Iron Lad, Hulk Gamma Goliath. This is so sick. Initially, I was thinking about building a red-green deck around power-up abilities because this is really good as a commander. Obviously, it reduces the cost of other cards' power-up abilities. But then I started thinking about, like, if I open a Bruce Banner, maybe just doing a Gamma Typal, and this would obviously make the cut because it's just so good. Wow, and it's an uncommon, too. Crazy. Crossbones, Malicious Mercenary. We have Madam Hydra in the fancy art. This is the second one that I've pulled. I'm pretty happy with that. The art's cool. They're definitely going to make the cut in a lot of villains decks. And then we've got a mythic. It's blue. Which one is it going to be? Multiversal Incursion is so sick. For each non-token creature you control, create a token that's a copy of the creature except it isn't legendary. So you literally just double up on your entire board. Kind of nuts. 7 blue mana, which is like not that big of a deal, especially if you're playing in that Ironheart improvised deck. Very cool. 3rd mythic so far, maybe 4th. I guess 4th if you count the special guest sheet. We're not even halfway through with the packs. Hopefully we're not using up all our luck early, but that's a good hit. I love crazy like 7-8 mana spell cards that are just like, if you play this and it resolves, the game is probably over, but if nothing else, it's gonna be insane what happens next. All right, Atlantis Attack. Speaking of 7 mana spells, Widow's Bite, Raft Security Officer, Aerial Doombot, Knight of Woundagore, Hire a Crew, Take up the shields, and we've got it in the scene art. This card was doing work at pre-release. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature, it gains lifelink and indestructible till end of turn. So 2 mana, save something, and also make it bigger and probably gain a lot of life. Bullseye, Death Dealer. I wish Bullseye's ability would have been a little bit cooler, because I probably would have built around him. I do like his character a lot. Invisible Woman. I think I have all 4 of these cards for the infinite combo from the set, but not in the scene art. I have, I believe, a Sue Storm and the Thing. So hopefully we can get Human Torch and Mr. Fantastic in the fancy art today. That would be nice. Claw, Sonic Subjugator, and whoa! This is so cool. I'm a huge fan of this art treatment for the set where they have the character and like the solid color background with the name behind them. We got the Scarlet Witch. Instant and sorcery spells you cast with mana value 4 or greater cost X less to cast, where X is the Scarlet Witch's power. So many decks this could be good in. This could be good in the Ashling Rekindled one. This could be good in the new Rutha precon from Secrets of Strixhaven. But the artwork on this is beautiful. Very cool hit. Oh my goodness. White Widow in the foil and a full art swamp. Wow. I don't know. I just get excited to see that art treatment. I think it's nice how it isolates the character. It feels very comic booky too. And the card itself is also like really good. I think that's the promo card in the bundles that you open actually too. So cool to get a alternate art version of it. Web Up, how we started this video. Rocks and Brutes has basic land cycling, is really good. Agents of Atlas, Super Suit, shout out to Frozone, Kunlun Warrior, Go Nuts, Knights of Woundagore, Hawkeye Young Avenger, also another really good card. That archetype where you like burn people when you cast non-combat damage is pretty sick. Yes, dude, one of the best new merfolk. Atuma. I do have a copy of this already, but other merfolk get +1/+1, and whenever they attack a player, draw a card. So really good merfolk. Killmonger's back. Red Guardian Super Soldier. And our rare is going to be the Scarlet Witch. What? Okay. All right. Someone's messing with us. We got the fancy version in the last pack, and now they're back in this pack. What are the odds of that? I don't even know. But then we've got Masters of Evil in the foil. Probably going to be making it into the villains deck as well. It is just such a good anthem. You could also discard it for, you know, a little bit of a tutor as well, which is pretty sick. I'd say things are going pretty swell right about now, wouldn't you? Thank you guys for tuning in today to watch and open up these packs with me. It is always a lot of fun. Now we've got Hero in Training, Giant-Sized Flying Ant, Unliving Legionnaire, Futurist Forge, Machinesmith Automaton. I don't think I've seen this one yet. Go Nuts, Blazing Crescendo, but in the scene artwork is pretty cool. Not a bad card at all. She-Hulk, Jade Defender, Madam Mask, Hex Magic. This card's really good. It's just an uncommon, but you exile all the cards from your hand and draw that many cards, but then you get to play any of those cards that you exiled until the end of your next turn. Definitely one of the best cards in the Carolina Dean deck that I've brewed, and one that a lot of people are excited about. Echo is also really strong. Another uncommon that just lets you copy a target activated or triggered ability from a creature source. Rare is going to be the Mighty Thor, Jane Foster. At first I thought this was going to be a good just like blink commander, and you could build it that way, but it does have an emphasis on equipment as well. So a little bit of Voltron, a little bit of like ETB synergies. Very cool card. Happy to have a copy of it in the collection. And then a foil Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I definitely have a problem. I'm addicted. No amount of packs is enough packs when you really like the set. Tons of cards to collect from this one as well too. Hydra Infiltration, Hero in Training, Bold Biochemist, Kingpin's Enforcers, Pet Avengers, D-Power, Vision of Love, Too Evil to Stay Dead, Iron Fist, Living Weapon. First time I've pulled him. Pretty cool card. Super Villain Lockup, and then a full art Avengers Tower, the second one in my collection. Really cool card, really good artwork. You've got like Valkyrie here. Not sure who that is. And then our rare for the pack is going to be Wolverine, Fierce Fighter. This card's really cool, and I thought the controversy around it was hilarious because the wording on the card is just atrocious. But basically, if this was to be damaged, instead the damage is dealt, but all other damage that's already been dealt is healed. So I think the way that you build this is probably with a lot of fight spells. Because what you could do is you could have him fight some kind of creature for removal. Let's say he has 3 damage marked on him. Then you could swing in to attack him, and if someone went to block with a 3 power creature, normally Wolverine would die. However, in this case, he would take the 3 damage and also heal the previous 3 damage, and so he would not die. So it's just going to make combat like a little bit tricky, and probably going to be pretty good, but happy to have a copy nonetheless. And then we've got a foil Stolen Stark Tech. Very nice. All right, we are to pack number 15. I just counted. We are officially halfway done with the box after this pack. Still no Mind Stone, but I'm holding out hope. Take up the shield. Ninja of the Hand. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Rapid Rescue. Machinesmith Automaton. Ant-Man's Army. Vibranium Energy Daggers. These are really good, actually. An indestructible 1-mana equipment that gives something +2/+2. She-Hulk Jade Defender. Another Hex Magic. Dark Deed, Beast Erudite Aerialist, and then Avengers Disassembled in the comic panel art is so sick. It's a 3-mana rare. Choose one or both. Avengers Disassembled deals 3 damage to each creature, or destroy target land, and they can search for a basic. So land destruction, or mass board wipe to small things. Very cool card, and a nice little rare. Foil Loki. The foil Fisk Tower. Moving right along into the next one. Here we go. We've got a Raft Security Officer, Roxxon Brutes, Brave Brawler, Crimson Operative, Giant Growth, Lightning Strike, Aim Synthoids, Wiccan Rising Magician. This card's actually pretty sick. Although 5 mana, but it's a 4/4 flyer. When you cast a non-creature spell, you exile another non-land, non-token permanent, and return it to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. So Blink decks are probably keeping their eye on this card here. Another Bullseye Death Dealer, Agent Maria Hill, and our rare is going to be Super Scroll. Still really want to build this guy. I did see recently on the Command Zone, Josh built a Super Scroll deck that has an emphasis on walls and like doing a defender strategy, which is really cool. I would not have thought to build it that way. Double rare in the pack, we have Hawkeye, Master Marksman. Cool card, very versatile, and very flavorful card actually as well. Mockingbird Ace Agent in the foil, and then I actually really like these Leviathan tokens. I just think they're so silly. Super Scroll is super cool. Wouldn't mind building that deck. It's just nice to have so many different like abilities at your disposal in that deck. You can always leave mana up and have things to do. Unliving Legionnaire, Shield Deployment Drone, Murdoch's Crusade, Super Suit, Undercover Scroll, Volcanic Villain, Powerful Broker, Mr. Fantastic, very sick, part of that infinite combo, Captain Marvel, Spaceborne, Avengers Tower in the standard art printing, Wonder Man Hollywood Hero, and our rare is going to be Winter Soldier Icy Assassin. I'm so happy I got a copy of this. All right, tell me if you guys think this is busted or not. The answer is yes. 2 mana 2/2 with Vigilance and Menace. Already an insane base for a Voltron commander. But Winter Soldier gets +2/+0 for each equipment attached to him. So put some swords on him, a commander's plate, some other equipment. This guy gets huge. And the normal downside of like being one creature, Voltron strategy, he has Vigilance. He's going to be a huge blocker too. This thing is just nasty. I'm probably going to build this guy. And I'm sorry to anyone that has the unfortunate fate of playing against it, because it's just crazy. Foil Super Strength is nice, and then a full art Plains. Very cool. I hope we get a copy of the Captain America where he buffs up the whole team based on his toughness, especially now that we have Captain America's shield. I think that'd be a really fun build around where you buff up your heroes with them, but I've yet to open a copy. All right, Project Deathlock Soldier. Burrow Backup, Stolen Stark Tech, Hydraulic Helper, Super Speed, Savage Land Dinosaur, Ultron Drone. Thought it was the new Ultron. I was excited. Although I am excited for Speedball, another really cool Voltron style commander that I think would be fun to play. Whenever a player casts a spell that targets Speedball, they get +2/+2 until end of turn, but you can choose new targets for the spell. So any kind of single targeted removal against this guy just doesn't work. You're going to pat the exile my commander, I'm going to choose a new target. You're going to, any other kind of -3/-3 removal? Nope, sorry, it's not going to work. Now, obviously, you do have to have a legal target to switch to. So if he's the only creature on the battlefield, then he's a little bit prone to removal. But what's really funny in this deck is you can actually target Speedball yourself with your own removal and then swap it to somebody else's thing and just get the +2/+2 buff. So I don't know. I think it's busted personally. Moonstone, Harsh Mistress. Doc Samson, happy to get a copy there. Pim Particles. And then a mythic. This is like our 5th one so far. We've got Dr. Doom. This is a really cool card. When they enter, you make 2 3/3 robot, villain, artifact, creature tokens. As long as you control a artifact, creature, or plan, they're indestructible. And then they have a Phyrexian Arena effect where you draw a card and lose 1 life, but this time at your end step. So the turn you play it, which is really good. Wow, that is sick. There's actually like a lot of support for like mono black artifacts in this set. I don't think I would run Dr. Doom as a commander, but also a little awkward in a villain's deck because he does make some artifact creatures, but unless you're running a bunch of other ones, they're probably not going to keep indestructible for very long. Agents of Hydra, Shield Deployment Drone, Panther Pounce, Ninja of the Hand, Lightning Strike, Super Strength, D-Power, Baxter Building, really flavorful land card that is cool to see. Super Intelligence is a fun card too. I hope we get Leader, Super Genius from one of these packs. Red Hulk, I haven't seen this artwork of it. Is this the standard art? You guys have to let me know in the comments. I have a full art foil version. I do think the card's great. Dark Deed. And then our rare is going to be the Kingpin of Crime. Yes, dude. So excited. I really want to build this. I love big butt commanders. Like I have the Doran from Lorman Eclipse built out. It's one of my favorite decks. And so you can extort, which is also a fun mechanic and very fitting for, you know, the Kingpin of Crime. And then whenever you attack, you can pay 2 life. If you do, creatures control assign their damage with toughness rather than their power. So big butts deck. Very cool card. I would like to build this, but I haven't looked into it too much yet, admittedly. Wow. And then in our foil slot as a wild card, we got the Scene version of Abomination. I'm telling you guys, I'm going to have to build this Gamma Typal deck. It's not going to be particularly good. Most people building Bruce Banner are building it for like infinite combat strategies, but I've gotten a lot of the really cool artworks for the different Gammas from the set, and I think I'm going to have to do it. But anyway, very cool to get that in the wild card slot. I'm telling you guys, the artwork on the set is just so good. And whether you're a fan of Universes or Beyond or not, you know, Marvel fans are eating good with this crossover. All right, for our next pack, we're starting off with a Wakandan Drone Flock, Stolen Stark Tech, Atlantis Attacks, Crimson Operative, Pet Avengers, I Am Iron Man, Vibranium Energy Daggers, Luke Cage. Happy to get a copy of this. There's a lot of cards in the set that care about creatures attacking alone. I think Luke Cage is probably one of the creatures that's best at doing it. Justice Vance, Punishing Punch, Kang, Temporal Tyrant. Very cool card that pays off by burning the table for drawing cards. And then our rare is going to be Construct a Cosmic Cube, one of the new plan cards, and good in a villain deck. You get to control an opponent's next turn when you sacrifice this enchantment. That's crazy. We got another rare, Epic Fight. Oh, this is so cool. Features a lot of different heroes in the artwork. I see like a Spider-Man, Miss Marvel. Is that like, who's that in the middle? Either way, choose one or both. Double target creature's power and toughness at a turn. Target creature you control fights target creature an opponent controls. So again, another foiled wildcard slot in the Scene art is crazy. Back to back. We are 2/3 of the way through our box. We've got 10 packs left to open. There's still time for more insane hits. Let's see if we can get one now. We've got Widow's Bite, Bold Biochemist, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Wakandan Royal Guard, Vision of Love, We Say Thee Nay, Herbie Scout Unit, Hellcat Undying Vigilante, Photon Blast Barrage, U.S. Agent John Walker, another pretty cool card, Stature, Size Shifter, and our rare for the pack is going to be Leader Super Genius. Yes! I just talked about how I really wanted a copy of this. This turns all of your connive effects into card advantage. Insane. If a creature you control would connive, instead draw a card, then it connives. At the beginning of combat, target creature you control connives. So it enables conniving, and it makes conniving just better. This would be insane in the new Doom Precon. Really good card. So happy to have a copy of it. So I think my plan after this video is I'm going to make a catalog online on Archidekt of every Marvel card that I own, so that as I continue to brew decks and try to find a commander that I want to build. I can see what I already own, but I've opened a pre-release kit, miscellaneous boosters, a bundle, and now this box. And I do have one more bundle coming towards the end of July that I had ordered forever ago. But that'll probably be all the packs that I open. Let me know if you guys would like to see more Marvel pack openings or not. Maybe a collector booster would be really fun. Cruel Alliance, Murdoch's Crusade, Kingpin Enforcers, Powerful Broker, Stark Industries Executive, Call Damage Control, Ultron Drone, still looking for the new Ultron, White Widow, Titania Rugged Rumbler, Shuri Wakandan Inventor, so good in artifact decks. They cost one less, and then you can make them become copies of other artifacts that you control. War Machine, Legacy of Iron, and then our rare is going to be, yes, Captain America Wings of Freedom. This is the one I was talking about. I think a mono white heroes deck with this as the commander would be insane. You combine this with Captain America's shield. First off, the flavor is incredible, but there's also so many Marvel reprints that are great for tutoring out artifacts. So you play this guy, you tutor out the shield, equip him, and now when he attacks, all of your heroes are +9/+9. It doesn't seem like it would actually be that crazy. There's Steel Shaper's Gift. There's another Captain America card that tutors for an equipment that's 3 mana or less. So I'm really thinking about building this, but let me know in the comments what you guys think. Maybe it's too gimmicky. And then a Villainous Hideout in the foil is also cool to get. All right, there's a few more cards on my checklist where I'm like, okay, please, let's just get a copy. I would love to get a Bruce Banner. If I get a Bruce Banner, I'm 100% going to build the Gamma Typal deck, just because I think it would be a lot of fun. I'm already building an Iron Man commander deck where it's just all cards from the set, as many as possible. And it's every card that says Iron Man or features Iron Man artwork. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's definitely going to be suboptimal, which the Gamma one would be too. But it would be flavorful and cool. Here's an Ant-Man Colony commander. I've got a couple copies of them. They go great in the Ant-Man deck that I built with the 2-mana Ant-Man. So hopefully we can get the 2-mana Ant-Man as well. Robot Domination's really good. More mono black artifacts. Spider-Man to the rescue in the normal art. And then Avengers Disassembled in the normal art is our rare for the pack. Just a couple more left to go. Would love a Mind Stone, obviously. Would love the new Ultron. Brave Brawler. Hydra Infiltration. Helicarrier Strike. Machinesmith Automaton. Serpent Specialist. Haven't seen this card yet in today's video, but it's pretty cool. Hawkeye's Bow. Surveillance Room. Team Tactics. Ronin Shadowstalker. Avengers Tower. Our rare is going to be Gathering Place. This is crazy. I opened 2 copies of Gathering Place last night in 3 boosters at my LGS. And so now I have a 3rd copy. And I would have rather have gotten the other colors of this land cycle, but still a really good card. And I'm sure I can find someone to give this card to as well. But at least it's a double rare pack. Our next rare is going to be Elektra, Daughter of the Hand. It's a triple rare pack. Elektra's cool. They're a good candidate for my ninja deck. When they enter, destroy target creature and opponent controls power 3 or less. Really, really good. And then our 3rd rare of the pack is a foil Super Scroll. All right, hey, I'm happy to see it. I don't think any of the other copies I've opened have been foil. So now if I do build that as a commander for a deck, it'll be fancy. AIM Scientists, Hero in Training, Decoy Ploy, Kree Commandos, Repulsor Blast, Super Strength, Atlantean Cavalry, Hulk Smash, Misty Knight Hero for Hire, Ghost Spectral Saboteur, White Widow Free Agent, and our rare is going to be Epic Fight, but this time in the normal art. I like having copies of the normal art and the scene art. Gives you a little bit more versatility over which decks you put them in, I think, personally. All right, that is that pack done. 5 left to go. It's a little bit of a longer video, so thank you to everybody who's made it this far in. I hope you guys have enjoyed the experience and the commentary. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you guys would like to see in these videos in the future. We're a growing channel, so all the support is greatly appreciated, but you can expect more pack openings, Magic the Gathering Arena content coming very soon, as well as deck brews and general Magic updates. We've got an Hour of Defeat, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Unliving Legionnaire, Savage Land Dinosaur, Futurist Forge, Hire a Crew, Undercover Scroll, Jessica Jones. This is a really cool card as well, too. Get some impulse draw. Atuma, Viv Vision Teen Synthezoid, Mockingbird Ace Agent. Our rare for the pack is going to be Heroic Feast, a new one for me. When it enters, create a food token. Whenever you gain life, choose up to that many target creatures you control and put a counter on each of them. So if you gain 5 life, you just get 5 1/1 counters, huh? Pretty crazy. I mean, it makes you the food as well. So even just popping the food gives you a counter on 3 creatures that you control. Probably pretty good in a life gain deck, I would have to imagine. Next pack, we've got Frozen in Ice, Shield Spy Kit, Red Room Recruit, Wakandan Drone Flock, Super Speed, Knight of Woundagore, I Am Iron Man, Reptile Dynamorpher, Robot Domination, Truck Toss. Our rare is going to be Worlds Within Worlds. This is such a weird one. I guess you'd put it in the Ant-Man deck because of the art. But basically, you exile all creatures and put any number of creatures from their hand onto the battlefield. All cards exiled this way into their owner's hands. So you like take everyone's creatures and put them to hand, and then you can play any other creatures from your hand onto the battlefield. So you can kind of like, it's a weird one for sure. It's also 7 mana. It's cool though. I like it. Oh, and then we got a mythic. Wait, oh, and it's Ultron. Let's go. I've always wanted to build a colorless commander. I'm really thinking it's going to be this guy, dude. Oh, this is insane. If you haven't seen this card somehow, whenever another non-token artifact you control enters, you may pay 2. If you do, make a token that's a copy of it. If it isn't a creature, it becomes a 2/2 robot villain creature in addition to its other types. So because it's worded as it enters, you could play a Soul Ring, and then this triggers and you tap the Soul Ring to pay for the cost to make an extra Soul Ring. Now that one will be a 2/2 robot artifact creature, so it will have summoning sickness, but it's just so good. You can just double up on your mana rocks, ramp out incredibly quickly, and then cast huge Eldrazi or impactful artifact creatures and get free copies of them. This card's really cool, and I'm so happy that we got a copy. Let's go. All right. I think all that's really left on my list that I would be really ecstatic if we opened is Mind Stone and Nick Fury. I do think Nick Fury is probably just like one of the best hero commanders where you could put in mostly cards from the set and have a really strong deck. So hopefully we can get a copy of them here. We've got Decoy Ploy, Giant Sized Flying Ant, Web Up, Kunlun Warrior, Pet Avengers. So cute. Stark Industries Executive, the full art scene Hulk Smash. So that's pretty awesome. Black Panther Vanguard, Stature Size Shifter, Mr. Hyde, Monster Within. The Mind Stone! What? We got there so quick. I feel like that's like halfway through the pack. No, am I crazy? Wow, we did it. I'm going to have to message MTG Jim because they said specifically, you know what this means, right? When I got the box room moment, I said, what? They said, you're going to open a Mind Stone because I've opened a bunch of products and have not gotten one yet, but everyone that gets product from me gets one. Let's go. Oh my gosh. So this is a mythic. It's indestructible and you can add white, but you can tap 6 to harness the Mind Stone, which means at the beginning of your end step, you get to blink something. Very, very cool. If I do build Thanos, I'd like a copy of each of the stones in that deck. But this is just such a good card. And what a hit. And then, oh, this is the best pack of Magic I've ever opened. What? Wait, I literally said the 2 left on my list were Mind Stone and Nick Fury. And then in one pack, I just got both. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. That's the craziest moment of the channel for sure. That's insane. All right, well, I'm going to sleeve these up immediately and I cannot wait to go back and edit this video and cut that because that's crazy. Wow. Oh my gosh. Well, we have our Hero Commander and our Mind Stone in one pack. Is that the best Marvel pack anyone's ever opened? Surely, from a regular booster pack, that has to be. Oh my gosh. Well, let's not lose our composure. I did mention them, so one last call out. Click the link in the description to visit MTG Gym on Manapool. Thank them for sponsoring today's video, and go shop for your Magic the Gathering product. Clearly, it's blessed. And shout out to you, MTG Gym, for supporting the channel and making today's video possible. Woo! All right, we got 2 packs left. We could still get some bangers, but it's not going to beat that pack. I don't even know what we could open that would top the excitement. And I feel so bad for anybody that clicked off of this video. My goodness. All right, Kree Commandos, Trickster Stratagem, Roxxon Brutes, Blazing Crescendo, Atlantean Cavalry, Restorative Technique, Dependable Quinjet, Ronin Shadowstalker, Quake Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., War Machine, Justice, and our rare Scientist Supreme of Aim. I actually don't have this card yet. It's very powerful, I feel like, but I don't see a lot of people talking about it. You can pay 2 life and copy a target activated or triggered ability you control from an artifact source. You can choose new targets for the copy, activate only once during your turn, and only, yeah, it's a good card. It's really cool. And I'd probably be a lot more excited about it if I didn't just have the craziest booster pack of my entire Magic career. My God. All right, let me open this last pack here. Last pack Magic. Let's see what we get. Here we go. Agents of Hydra. Burrow Backup. Visions of Villainy. Super Suit. Powerful Broker. Repulsor Blast. Serpent Specialist. Patriot Shield Builder. Thirst for Knowledge. Crossbones. Mr. Fantastic and the cool art. So the only one I need left is Human Torch. It's because I have this, Sue, and the Thing, and so now I need the Human Torch and the fancy art. But our rare is going to be Vision Quest. Really good in red-blue artifacts. You can search for an artifact creature card, put it onto the graveyard, or, sorry, put it into the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it. Really, really awesome. And then some other cards to wrap us up. That is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. That has been 30 play boosters from the new Magic the Gathering Marvel set. Thank you guys for watching. We had some crazy pulls from this box, and hopefully that gets you guys pumped up to open your own Magic the Gathering Marvel product. Celebrating release day. Thank you guys again. Subscribe to the channel for more videos coming soon. Definitely going to be building a lot of Marvel decks with these cards, and I appreciate you guys watching. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video.